You have exactly 1 hour left, not to live, but to change the trajectory of your entire existence. I am 92 years old, and yesterday I attended the funeral of a man who died at 25, but was buried at 80. As I stood over his grave, I realized something terrifying. I am looking at you right now, through this screen, and I see the exact same disease in your eyes. You think you are just figuring things out. You think you have plenty of time to get serious about your life. You don't. You are sleepwalking right into a trap that cost me 40 of the best years of my life. There is a lie you are telling yourself right now, today. And if you don't wake up and shatter that lie by the end of this video, you will blink and you will be sitting in my chair, old, frail, and crushed by a regret so heavy it makes it hard to breathe. I am going to tell you the exact mistake you are making today that will destroy your tomorrow. Listen to me closely, because you will only get one chance to fix this. You are caught in a trap. I know, because I built the exact same trap when I was your age, and I locked myself inside it. When you are young, you are invincible. You treat your body like a rental car. You feed it garbage. You rob it of sleep. You sit hunched over glowing screens, trading the strength of your spine for cheap dopamine. You think your health is a permanent condition. It is not. Health is a crown that only the sick can see. Right now you do not feel your knees. You do not feel your lower back. But every late night, every moment of neglect is a debt. And trust me, Father Time is a ruthless debt collector. He will come for his payment, and he will break your bones to get it. But the physical trap is nothing compared to the mental one. You are paralyzed by anxiety. You look at other people. You see their curated lives. You see their fake successes. You feel like you are falling behind. Behind what? Behind an imaginary finish line that does not exist. You are chasing external validation. You want people to think you are smart. You want people to think you are successful. You are terrified of looking like a failure. So what do? You do nothing. You choose the safest path. You stay quiet. You hide in your room. You numb your mind with endless entertainment. You avoid taking risks because you are afraid of the pain of failure. But you are choosing a much worse pain, the pain of regret. You think you are preserving your options. You think you are staying safe. But safety is an illusion. You are just a ship rotting in the harbor. A ship is safe in the harbor, but that is not what ships are built for. You are built to sail. You are built to weather storms. But you have forgotten your purpose. You have abandoned wisdom for comfort. And comfort, my young friend, is the quietest assassin of a man's soul. I remember the day I woke up, not the morning I opened my eyes, but the day I truly woke up. I was 54 years old. I was sitting in a hospital room. The doctor had just left. The room was freezing. My heart had given out on me. Just for a moment. But a moment is all it takes to see the truth. I survived. But as I laid there, hooked up to machines that beeped to remind me I was still here, I did not feel relief. I felt horror. I looked back at my life. What had I done? I had worked jobs I hated. I had stressed over money that I spent on things I didn't even like. I had abandoned my health. My body was ruined. But the true horror was my mind. I realized I had grown old, but I had not grown wise. I had spent 54 years reacting to life. I was a leaf blown around by the wind. If someone praised me, I was happy. If someone criticized me, I was devastated. I had no internal fortress. I had no philosophy. I realized that if I died right then, I would leave nothing behind. No wisdom, no impact. Just a tombstone with a name and 2 dates. That is the shift. It usually happens too late for most men. It happens when the hair turns grey, when the joints begin to lock, when the energy fades. You look in the mirror, and you realize you spent your entire youth building a cage of regrets. You realize that you worried about things that never happened. You realize that you cared about the opinions of people who didn't even care about themselves. The Stoics knew this. Marcus Aurelius, a man who ruled the world, understood that life is fleeting. You could leave life right now, he said. Let that determine what you do and say and think. When I laid in that hospital bed, I realized I had not been living. I had just been existing. I had no purpose. And because I had no purpose, every minor inconvenience felt like a tragedy. Every failure felt like the end of the world. When you have a why to live for, you can bear almost any how. I had no why. Do you? If you died tomorrow, what would your life have meant? Nothing? Then you must change. Today, not tomorrow. Tomorrow is a lie told by the lazy. I have spent the last nearly 40 years trying to make up for the time I wasted. I have read, I have suffered, I have watched friends go into the ground, and I have distilled this painful life into 3 undeniable truths. Write these on your heart, because they are all that matters when the lights begin to fade. First, you must understand that your body is your only true house. You must defend it. Forget real estate. Forget your apartment. Your body is the only home you will ever truly own. And right now you are trashing it. When you are 90, your body is your entire world. If your body is broken, your world is a prison. I cannot walk down the street without a cane. I cannot pick up my great-granddaughter without a sharp pain in my spine. I traded my physical freedom for laziness when I was your age. Do not make my mistake. Lift heavy things. Walk in the sun. Put good food into your stomach. Do it not to look good in a mirror. Mirrors are for the vain. Do it so you can be useful. Do it so you are not a burden on those who love you when you are old. Physical weakness is not an accident. It is a choice. Choose strength. The second truth you must learn is about your mind. Wisdom is the only currency that does not burn. You are obsessed with being smart. You want to have the right answers. But being smart is just having data. Wisdom is knowing what to ignore. The world is noisy. Everyone wants your attention. The news wants your fear. Marketers want your insecurity. Social media wants your envy. If you let them, they will rob your mind blind. You must build a fortress in your mind. Read old books. The dead are much smarter than the living. They have no reason to lie to you anymore. Learn to sit in a quiet room and do absolutely nothing. Can you do that? Can you sit alone with your own thoughts for 20 minutes without reaching for your phone? If you cannot, you are a slave. Wisdom is accepting that you cannot control the world. You cannot control the economy. You cannot control if someone betrays you. You cannot control disease. But you control your reaction. Pain is inevitable. Every man will suffer. But suffering is a choice. You suffer because you resist reality. Accept what is. Amor fati. Love your fate. Even the brutal parts. Because the fire that burns you is also the fire that hardens you into a sword. But a strong body and a wise mind mean nothing without the final truth. Purpose is your only armor against the void. A man wakes up and stares at the ceiling. He feels empty. Why? Because he serves only himself. When you live only for your own pleasure, your world becomes very small. And when pain comes, and it will come, you will break. Because you have nothing larger than yourself to hold you up. Purpose is not some magical destiny. It is not something you find under a rock. Purpose is something you forge. It is taking responsibility. Be the strong one in your family. Master a craft. Help the man stumbling next to you. Carry a heavy load so others don't have to. When you have a purpose, the anxiety disappears. You don't have time to be anxious, you have work to do. Purpose turns a coward into a warrior. It turns a boy into a man. Find a heavy burden, pick it up and carry it until your back breaks. That is how you defeat the fear of death. We are reaching the end of this video, and inevitably of my time here. I want you to try something. Close your eyes. Imagine you are me. You are 92 years old. You are sitting in a worn-out armchair. Your hands are covered in dark spots. They tremble when you lift a cup of tea. The house is quiet. The ghosts of your past are sitting in the room with you. Look back at the life you are living right now. Look at the hours you wasted staring at screens. Look at the girls you were too afraid to talk to. Look at the projects you abandoned because someone might laugh at you. Look at the health you threw away for a few moments of comfort. Feel the crushing weight of that regret. It feels like a stone sitting directly on your chest. It is a pain worse than any physical injury, because it cannot be fixed. The sand has run out of the hourglass. You cannot go back. You can only sit there and weep for the man you could have been. Now, open your eyes. You are back. You are in your 20s or your 30s. You have time. You have breath. You have a functioning body. You have a second chance. I just gave you the greatest gift a man can receive. I gave you a look at your own deathbed. What are you going to do with this second chance? Are you going to close this video, open another app, and go back to sleep? Are you going to keep drifting down the river to the waterfall? Or are you going to wake up? You must adopt the framework of regret minimization. Whenever you face a choice to be brave or be a coward, a choice to be disciplined or be weak, ask yourself one question. When I am 92 years old, which choice will I regret? The answer is always clear. You will never regret taking the risk. You will never regret pushing your body to its limit. You will never regret choosing wisdom over cheap entertainment. You will never regret stepping into the arena and getting your face covered in dust, sweat, and blood. You will only regret the times you stayed in the stands. You are afraid of failing. Let me tell you a secret about failure. Nobody cares. The world is too busy worrying about itself to remember your failures. The only person who will remember your cowardice is you. Do not let your mind be ruled by the fear of what others think. They will all be dead soon, and so will you. So build something. Build a strong body. Build an iron mind. Build a life of uncompromising purpose. My time is done. I have given you the map, but I cannot walk the path for you. I must go back to the silence of old age. If my words have shaken you, if they have woken something dead inside of you, then hold on to it. Protect that spark. Fan it into a flame. Consider subscribing to this channel. Not for my ego, I have no use for vanity, but consider it a pact, a digital promise to yourself, a reminder that you will not go quietly into the night, that you will return here, to remind yourself of what is real when the world tries to drag you back into the illusion. Stand up. Straighten your back. Look at the world not with fear, but with the cold, calm eyes of a man who knows his purpose. Go live, because the clock is ticking, and I will be waiting for you at the end of the road.